Chrysler Slant Six. Is it as indestructible as everyone on the internet says?
Well, yeah.
There's a bit of an asterisk here. Lemons is a very specific torture test. It is outside what Detroit was designing for. Before we even talk about that, let's talk about the Slant Six and why it has this reliability reputation.
The Slant Six was first introduced in 1959 in the Dodge Dart. Why is it called a Slant Six? Well, it's an inline six-cylinder engine designed to be installed at a 30-degree angle. That creates various packaging advantages, not the least of which is the ability for stylists to design cars with lower hood lines. 59 Dart wasn't the first engine in a production car to be mounted at an angle. Straight Six in the Mercedes Gullwing had that. BMW since the 1950s, that's a really common thing for them. But in terms of American cars, this angled engine was a novelty.
Yeah, so the angle is really just for packaging. You know, the Dodge Dart was not a 300 SL Gullwing. It was not a D-type. I mean, they just wanted the crap to fit under the hood. It has really nothing to do with the reliability. The reliability, arguably, it is a deep skirt block. It's got a forged crank. It's got big old bearings, like V8 size bearings in a six-cylinder engine. But really, it's just super low compression, super low power. It's just a big, heavy, understressed, overbuilt lump for driving around town.
Yeah, and is that kind of use what you would find in a Lemons race?
Yes, well!
No, it is not. And so the Slant Six is one of this handful of engines like the Chevy Small Block, the 20R Toyota. They're incredibly famous for just being indestructible out on the street where you're just driving around town. But once you start going wide open throttle, red line in every gear, they just can't take it.
That's exactly what the Lemons team, The Resistance, discovered with their 64 Dodge Dart. The Slant Six gave up on them at a race down in Louisiana. They located a nearby replacement that looked like it was dredged from the bottom of Lake Pontchartrain. This replacement engine even had a nickname, Bud, and Bud proved that Slant Sixes are also not indestructible if left underwater for 20 years.
So the flip side is like an Alpha motor, a four-cylinder twin cam, or even like the Busso V6. Those have been incredibly reliable in Lemons. And I think it's just a matter of the Italians being the Italians. They're making street cars. They're saying, oh, we only care about what's this thing going to do, wide open throttle, at red line all the time. We don't care if it has no torque. We don't care if it won't start on a cold day. We don't care that it's cheap to build.
Yeah, so is the Slant Six reliable? Of course it is when used as intended. The reality is that racing and street driving are completely different, and engines that are good for one aren't necessarily good for the other, even when it's racing like Lemons.